Hello and welcome to this game I had earlier today in the North Carolina. It wasn't a really special game, but it was good enough. I was really lucky with getting a few good shots on at the right time, so I did have quite an impact in this game. So naturally, when we start, you know, I'm asking, what is the plan? Are there any plans here? And always there's one that just says win. I kind of like that plan, and if there's no one doing that, I'm actually the one doing that myself as well. The plan is to win, but then someone comes up with saying, you know, let's go west. And of course everybody starts going east. See, there he is, west. But you can see that the bulk of the team is already moving to the east. So I'm deciding to, well, at least not fully commit to the west. Though I'm going west at the start, but I don't want to be left out alone. So I'm keeping an eye on the map. The enemy planes are spotted quite early, and since this is a quite big battleship, I actually spot them quite early as well. And the first ship we see is an Otago. Right before we fired, we actually, I can see that my shots are probably going to hit the mountain, and they do. And I don't even have hit the ship, so didn't really have a shot there. It was sailing a bit faster than I anticipated. Anyway, now it is clear that you know, there's one ship going west, or actually two, but the rest is all going east. So I'm glad that I didn't fully commit to going west as well. And you can see me changing speeds here and making sure that I wheel the ship around. I want to be hard to hit in this ship. It's quite a big target, and there's quite a lot of battleships on the other side as well. And I don't want to be a sitting duck for them. I don't want to make their job too easy. Some shots out on the Yamagi. I did have 3 hits up to this point, but no damage done yet, so I'd like to do some. And there it is, 8,500 damage. It's not perfect, but it is a nice amount to start with.
The ship is on fire.
It's a little annoying that the ship is on fire at the moment, but well, we do have quite a lot of heals to go yet, so it's not very big of an issue. It's not a very big issue, I was wanted to say. Anyway, the second hit going pretty well at the Yamagi. I was thinking about firing at the Haguro, but it was coming straight at me, so I wouldn't have had any good Citadel hits or something like that. I did notice this Yamagi on my team actually sailing backwards, otherwise I wouldn't have made this turn, of course. But as you can see, I'm going to hit him now. Not very hard though. It's more like a friendly hug. And the moment I bounced off his ship, I accelerated forward as well. Because you see, he's continuing to sail backwards. There we go. The Yamagi is unspotted now. But I get a Citadel. That's nice. So we're up to 34,000 damage done already. And I'm a bit lucky here that his shots don't do a lot more damage. Changing the speed again. Changing my course again. And I see this Bismarck coming in. But he's actually turning his bow towards me, so there's not a big chance I'm going to have a nice hit. That was a good target, but it's unspotted, so I decided to go for the Otago instead. And again, get a lot of luck not being hit. Atago was again sailing faster than I anticipated, so my shots miss. But it looks like this Atago is on a mission. Feels like he's got some business to do, and he's doing that at full speed. Because you see he's now actually turning straight south. You can see that on the minimap, and well, doesn't look like he's slowing down. Maybe he just wanted to play a short game and decided to play one last game, and well, this is the way to make sure your game is actually really short. Just sail straight ahead at the enemy, full speed. Don't stop for anything. Even if there's a group of 5 ships actually shooting at you. So of course I fire at him as well. And get a second citadel. So in the meantime I'm on fire again. So I'm using my damage repair ability to minimize the amount of hit points lost to the fire. Now that works out pretty well. Still have around 48,000 hit points, so that's pretty good. And I got a lot of luck. That wasn't even a citadel hit, but it was a good armor penetrating hit. 15,000 hit points taken from that Amaki, and that's my first kill of the game. And of course the Haguro is a Miyoko class cruiser, so if I can take that one out, there's a well, the chance of me being hit by a torpedo is going to be a lot less. That's always good. You can see the torpedo bombers coming in, and since the North Carolina is blessed with a enormous amount of AA, which is pretty good in distance as well, I chose to select those because maybe I can shoot down one of the planes when it's returning, but no luck there. But as you see, our team is leading 5-3, as I take my second kill. 2 armor penetrating hits, taking care of 4,300 and something hit points of the Bismarck. So that's the second kill already. And right now I'm like, well, this is going well. But of course the Aguro wants to fire at me while I'm repairing my damage. Back up to 54,000 hit points again. And I want to take out that Haguro because it is a really dangerous ship. It's got good guns, in my opinion. It's one of my favorite ships, so maybe I'm a little biased. But it's got good guns, it's got 6 torpedo tubes as well, so it's quite a dangerous ship. So, got a citadel hit, and right before, right at the moment actually, I fired my my aft turret. The ship was blown up by one of my friendlies. But hey, up to 92,000 damage done already, so having a pretty good game so far. Here I shot down a plane. I haven't even spotted a plane, but I did shoot it down somehow. And somehow that Bujoni is blissfully unaware and still sailing forward. I'm trying to get another kill, but it was killed right before I got there. So I don't think there's any more ships here. I know I'm detected, so I'm spotted by something. I don't know what it is that is spotting me. It's probably the Bismarck over there, since I just fired my shells. The detectability goes up to the maximum firing range, which is 23.3 kilometers on this ship. So that's you can be seen from 23.3 kilometers as well. That's well, sometimes that's a problem. But I decided to go north because I'm sure there's not many ships up here anymore. The only thing that could be up here is the carrier, and I'm expecting him to be on the west somewhere. It hasn't been spotted yet, so I think that's the biggest chance that it's that ship's over there. Fusel's just out of range, and of course I can get closer, but first let's round this island. And Bismarck is over there. He's firing at me, so that makes sure I actually spot him, because otherwise I wouldn't have spotted him. If he had kept from firing, I wouldn't have spotted him, probably. Pretty good shots. 3 hits, 3 armor penetrating hits. One shell shattered and one was an overpen. But I only got around 2,000. Oh, not even. Somewhere around 1,500 damage. And over there the Fuso is now coming closer, so the next few shells are going to be sent his way. $5,500 damage. That's not bad. And I see these torpedo bombers coming in, and I think they're coming from me, so I'm making sure I turn that way. My fighter is already airborne, so with a little luck he'll be able to take a few out, but I don't really think so. Now this is the good AA of the North Carolina in action. Shot down 1 plane, 2. There's 6 planes attacking me, and I'm actually shooting down 4 or 5 of that one attack wave. Afterwards I shoot down some fighters as well. So the funny thing is I shot down all his planes before he was actually able to launch his torpedoes. So that was a good thing. So otherwise I would have wanted to dodge the torpedoes, but it's a big ship. And torpedoes dropped by a capable carrier player are always going to be close, no matter what. So I wanted to take the kill here on the Nuremberg, but sadly all my shells miss. I haven't got a clue how that is possible, but it happened. And now I remembered, sure, there's a Bismarck over there as well, so let's turn our ship. So I hope I'm not presenting a full broadside to any of the 2 battleships. The Fuso's taking damage by my allies, and I'm just lucky to take the last bit, which is just around 2,500 hit points, and it's my 3rd kill. 41 shells hit so far. For a battleship, that's a pretty good score. At least for my standards, that is a pretty good score. And there's the Bismarck. Somehow, while playing this, I wasn't aware of the torpedo bombers grouping up to attack me already. was too busy trying to fire at the Bismarck, and now I saw something purple. I shot down some planes, and I'm like, uh-oh. So it was way too late selecting them and taking them. So I took 3 torpedo hits. Luckily I still had a damage control ability that wasn't on cooldown. I could use it right away. And I had another damage repair ability as well.
Problem solved, sir.
So far 12 planes shot down and 120,000 damage done. Not bad if I say so myself. And I still have about half of my hit points left. I don't have any heals yet left, I mean, so I have to be a little more careful with my hit points now. But then again, there's only one ship that's causing or posing a real threat, which is the Bismarck. And he's on less health than me, and there's 4 ships shooting at him. Of course, he's in secondary range now, so my secondaries are opening up. I selected him as target for my secondaries as well. It always helps a little. And I was expecting him to be dead with this salvo, but I was a little unlucky. Just 6,500 damage. So he still had 3,000 hit points left. I didn't want him to take too much of my hit points with fire, so I used the damage repair. Oh, sorry, the damage control ability. And that, looking back, that was the thing that cost me my ship. Because here, even if I shoot down quite a lot of the torpedo bombers that are coming in, there's still 2 torpedo bombers launching their torps. They're hitting me, and since my damage control ability is on cooldown, I'm going to flood out and, well, sink. But still, 4 kills, 136,000 damage done. Not bad. 22 planes shot down. So I think I was a quite big threat for the enemy carrier. At least he committed quite a lot of planes to me and lost 22 in the process. I got 2 tasks done, quite a lot. 136,000 damage done, 421,000 credits, and because I had some flags and signal flags, stuff like that, 5,915 experience. Top of the list with 1,971 base experience, close to 2,000. It's about 50% more than number 2 on the list, so I was pretty satisfied with that. And I damaged quite a lot of ships. Only 891 damage was done with something other than armor-piercing shells from the main guns. So, and because I had a premium account, I got a nice amount of credits. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.